Hi friends. I am going possibly to one of the last few places with people that I will be going for the next 3 to 4 weeks because I have a headlight out, and although I don't plan to drive many places over the next few weeks, if I need to and I need headlights, I would like to have both of them. So I am going to Metro Toyota. Where they will take care of me, and I can just show up and they will get me in. So I spent a lot of time on my phone and computer yesterday, and then decided that that needs to stop. Because although I don't want to go to places with lots of people, because we're trying to reduce the spread of a virus, maybe I could be outdoors. And that's probably what I need right now. So although it's only 35 degrees and it's only supposed to get to 39 degrees today, I have a coat, I have a hat, I have gloves, I have a scarf. I won't even need all that if it's in the 30s because that's not that cold. But anyway, I just thought we're all in this together, so I'm going to tell you what I'm doing with my days. You can share what you're doing with your days if you want. Give me some ideas of things I could do. Let's get through this together. I got my headlight changed, and I found out that a mouse has been chewing an ignition coil, so apparently that's not a good thing. And so I get to go back to Metro Toyota sometime in the next week or so to get that fixed. I went for a walk at the Portman Nature Preserve. I walked 4,000 miles approximately, or no, 4,000 steps. 4,000 miles would be amazing. 4,000 steps, and I met up with a coworker friend who she agreed to meet me there to go for the walk. So I got to visit with someone lovely and get some fresh air and a bit of exercise. So all that is good. Hello again. I came home and changed clothes in case whatever I was wearing at the Toyota place was contaminated. So I thought I can give you book reviews on these days off because one of my prior videos is a review of the book Circe. People apparently search YouTube quite often for Circe book review for some reason. So who knew? But today's book is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. And she wrote The Night Circus, which was a book that I loved. If you haven't read it, read that first because that one's really good. This book, well, it is beautifully written. She has such beautiful writing. I flagged some things for book club, which probably won't happen because the libraries are closed. But I could read them to you if I find them. One thing I like, one literary technique that I like is when inanimate objects have feelings. And in this book, doors actually have feelings. And let's see. She lets the knocker drop again. The result is a satisfying clang of metal on metal that echoes through the trees. The door is delighted to be knocked upon after so long. And the door, though it is mere pieces of what it once was, remembers where it used to lead. It remembers how to open. I think that's beautiful. So it's really beautiful writing. And it's really hard to follow. It starts off with a young man going to the library and finding a book, and when he starts to read it, he realizes the book is about him. So that's where it starts, and then it just gets weirder from there. So some of the chapters are chapters from the book that he found. Some of the chapters are chapters from another book. Some of the chapters are chapters from like a journal. He ends up in an underground library cave thing. Anyway, I'm not explaining it very well. I'm glad I'm reading it. It's very beautiful, but I don't exactly know what's happening. And I'm getting very close to being done with the book. I'm well over halfway. So that's my review of The Starless Sea. Read The Night Circus first. Oh, and the lunch leftover soup of the day at this house is, I think it's called chicken and barley stew, I believe, is what I found in the freezer for today. So that's what I'm having. One of my new favorite things to go with soup, because I eat a lot of soup in the winter, are these tiny saltine crackers. And as I went to get the box, I realized that my nieces are going to laugh about this because they're always saying that I like tiny things, which I guess I do. See? Can you see? They're really little. And they go well in soup. So go see if your local store has them, but not for the next 3 weeks. You guys are going to be so sick of me when this 30 days is up. But I got my Census 2020 letter in the mail. So watch the mail for that. If you're wondering if you should do the census or why you should do the census, we stand to lose about $1,700 per person that doesn't do the census in our community. So if you don't do the census, you're hurting yourself and your neighbors and your friends and the people you don't know that need help. So do the census, okay? They do not ask a citizenship question, so you do not need to worry about that. Just do it. And if you don't do it by April 1st, then I don't know what happens, but I think if you don't do it by May, they're going to start knocking on your door. So do the one online when you get your code in the mail, and then you're done. You don't have to worry about it, and you did your part to help everybody. Thanks. Yes, I want to submit my questionnaire. Boom, I'm done. It was that easy. So many of you have more than one person in your household, so it's going to take a little bit longer, but it was pretty simple. So don't be scared. They are trying to gather information about the number of people in the community, and they are going to base federal funding on the results of the census. So fill it out. Thanks. All right. In an effort to try to stay healthy, I'm going to plant some broccoli seeds for sprouting. I haven't done that for a long time. Hopefully these seeds are still good. I'm sure they're expired. What does that say? Oh yeah, like 3 years ago. But maybe they'll grow. So I'm out in the greenhouse because my folks have a great setup here. I'm going to steal some of their potting soil here. I'm going to put it in an old container that mushrooms came in that I have washed. And I'll see if we can grow some sprouts. Right, if I remember correctly, and I'm not going to Google it, after I have planted them and watered them, I'm supposed to cover them and leave them in kind of a dark place for a couple days until they sprout. So you're going to get to watch this process. And right now they're just going to rest and hopefully sprout. Supper tonight on the first night of social distancing, 2020, are tamales from the freezer. Tonight I'm going to have a couple of those, and one of you viewers out there sent me this beautiful bamboo steamer a few years ago, and you know who you are, and I'm still using it, so thanks for that.